businessman and whatnot now. Go back to 2001, the Rockefeller chain. Go back to 96, the Rockefeller chain. You know, it's, you see, he had to live for like 20 years with money to become, you know what? Now I know about business. Now I know about investments. Now I know about the difference between riches and wealth. Now I don't have to spend all this money on this shit. I can invest it. You know what? Becoming a billionaire is more important than having a $200, $300, $400, $500,000 chain. Right? And you think that's why they're behaving in the way that they do? So I said, I don't knock it. I said, yeah, do your thing with your money.
Yeah. The thing I was going to ask you about that is that would you say rap? Not even just rap, just that era of music. If you try to do it today, like the Wu-Tangs or the Jay-Z's or the even in the R&B scene, you can't. I don't think you could do any of that today.
You can't replicate that period of time because we don't live in that period of time. Right. Even you take like right now. You know, we look at things like television, well, film, TV, whatever, right? Being nostalgic is a dream come true, right? Why? Because the 80s, like reliving the 80s, even if you look at the way a lot of people dress now, reliving the 90s, reliving the 80s and the 90s is like, it's fashionable, it's trendy, it's the thing to do right now because it's just, you know, because a lot of people who are embracing it weren't alive at that time.
Their hair was good and they've seen some things that are good, and so they start to embrace the I like Transforms, I'm going to wear this shirt. This is Transform, and it kind of
exactly
from there.
It's living into that. But the problem is, they're like, oh, people who were like, oh yeah, like the 90s were cool.
Words of wisdom. Drop that zero and get with the hero. I
was like, the 90s were cool because it's all that they were, because there was nothing to compare it to. Forward wise, right? If you grew up in the 90s, every year was a new year. You're not looking back 20 years. I mean, do you think you grew up in the 90s and you go back 20 years ago, the 70s? The 70s was not the one.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Right?
I guess for certain things it wasn't.
Black people.
Yeah. It was the 60s, 70s, even come like early to mid 80s was not the one.
Hold on. Episode 3.
4.
Stupid.
4.
Episode
4. Episode 4.
Yeah.
Delinquent Chronicles.
We are here.
I'm L.
I'm Neil.
Jose. Joe.
And we're having a conversation. Sorry. We should have really done an intro.
No,
but we didn't do an intro.
Cold open.
Open.
We're winging it, Jerry.
Apologies.
We in the midst. We
just in the weeds. Yeah. This is how we do it out here.
There's pissing in the wind.
Delinquents. We don't follow the rules. All these other podcasts that have intros. We have an intro. It's really nice.
No pressure, Joe.
If you're here, you saw the intro.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I felt like we had to do something just to address the fact that we're on episode 4. It's, you know, which is it's good for us. We're doing well. But anyway, go ahead.
Sorry. And now back to our regular programming.
The 70s were a bad time for black folk and white folk. Well, white folk had a good time.
Yeah.
Hey, you're white. Smile.
Well, it depends.
They were doing disco. Yeah. They would. If you were John Travolta, you were raping girls on a bridge.
Jesus.
You did that, no? That's what happened, right?
I don't know.
No, it wasn't him. It was the other girls. So, like, didn't they run a train in Saturday Night Fever? Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Fever.
I've not seen Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever. They run a train on some chick in a car, and they're fucking on a bridge, and John Travolta just stands there and sits there in the front. And he's like, "You happy now? You're a fucking whore."
Proud of yourself now? Is that what you wanted? Good. Now you're a cunt.
Some shit like that. I swear to God, dude, that happens.
I've never seen Saturday Night Fever, but I now have an interest to watch it.
There's some chick that just keeps like, you know how like Eddie Murphy would say like, you know that girl that she just kept hanging around.
Yeah.
And then you end up fucking her and you're like, I don't know how to fuck this bitch.
Guys, how many times have you fucked some ugly bitch that just kept hanging around and you had to fuck her, and then afterwards you be like, I can't believe I fucked this bitch.
Like that. In the film, there's some groupie chick that's hanging around with them. She's like, oh my God, I love you, John Travolta, and the rest of his crew. And then at some point, they fuck her on a bridge, in a car, in the back of a car. They stop in the back of a car and they all just run a train on her, whilst John Travolta just sits in the front and he's like, are you happy now? You are a fucking whore.
And her vagine hang like sleeve of wizard.
Some shit.
Jeez.
Check that up. Look it up. That happens.
That is not something I expected to hear when people talk about Saturday Night
Yeah,
Fever.
dude. There's totally a scene in that movie when that happens and no one addresses it. Joe, can you confirm?
But you know what? You see that right there? When you said it's a thing that happens and no one addresses it. That's what we're talking about. We said the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Everybody loves the good shit of it. Yeah. Everybody loves the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Jeffrey?
Break out, Lucille.
That's that's what they envisioned the 90s were. No. The 90s were juice.
Well, once again, it's on. What you talking about? It's on.
Right? The 90s was freaking menace to society.
Any of y'all want a hamburger?
Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Damn!
Are we just gonna start naming hood films?
No, but I was like, even things like Toy Soldiers.
Disclosure.
What toy soldiers are you talking about? The CG toy soldiers or the?
Oh no, I'm talking about live action. Sean Astin, Will Wheaton.
Okay.
Where they're in the school.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that toy soldiers, not toys coming to life.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like I always look at it. You know, when people say like when people do that, like they put up a picture of something and they say, in my day it was this. And people are like, oh, they look at like Toy Story and Minions. Toy Story and Minions are the two things that I saw the most. And it was like, yeah. For those who don't know, the 90s, we had Minions. Do you know what our Minions were? They were called Critters. Right? And they shot tiny little spikes.
No, they were called Gremlins.
No, Gremlins was the Gremlins weren't like critters, because you think critters there's like millions of them. Most times you see Gremlins, there's like a little couple of packs of them.
Well, yeah, but that's because you're not supposed to feed them after a certain time and get them wet.
But that's the thing with critters, they're just there.
Yeah.
Hold on, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
The rules of the Gremlins, of the Mogwai.
Number one, he hates bright lights. We know that. But you got to keep him out of the sunlight. Sunlight will kill him. Number two, keep him away from water. Don't give him any water to drink. And whatever you do, don't give him a bath. And probably the most important thing, don't ever feed him after midnight.
Yeah.
What's it called? Mogwai.
Mogwai is just the name of that character.
No, Mogwai is the name of the species.
Really?
Yeah.
I always
Gizmo
thought...
is the name of the character.
I just call him Gizmo. He seems to like it.
My friend.
Gizmo. Yeah, you're absolutely right, yeah.
So, the rules of the Mogwai is that you cannot feed them after dark, after midnight.
After midnight.
And you can't get them wet.
Yes, right.
The wet part I understand.
Mm-hmm.
The feeding after midnight. What happens at daylight savings time?
Well, then you're screwed, aren't
What
you?
happens if you're on a plane?
Oh yeah, because if you
I'm guessing...
Where does these rules... the same thing with Samara from...
The Ring.
The Ring.
Yeah.
I
know they kind of addressed it on the plane in that one of those films.
Traffic control, this is Flight 77. We have some signal interference.
But the point is, 7 days, is she gonna kill? Is there multiple? Let's say you and I all watch it, and then we're in different places. She can't, and you're in like Asia.
Well, I've read the novel. I've read the first book and the second book. I really love. I really love The Ring, and so I got the novel. And the novel is a little bit different. The rules aren't. When Hideo Nakata filmed that, he had to change some aspects of it, and I'm telling you, it made it better. In the book, it's a little bit more abstract as to when.
She just come for you when she feel like it.
Yeah, more or less. But you have a essence of time that goes past, but you don't know when you're gone. You just once you see it, you're gone. And
see that I like that. You say like the film where it's like, all right, you got 7 days. I like that not knowing, because now it's scary. Because now you're really. It could be 20 minutes. It could be 4 days. Right?
Have you seen the film Pulse, by the way?
Pulse.
The Japanese film Pulse.
No.
That film's fucking scary.
Japanese are very good at doing that.
It came around the same time as The Ring and shit like that. They did a remake as well, which is terrible. Like they did the remake of that film Shutter.
Yeah.
And they used Pacey from Dawson's Creek.
I think I know what you're talking about.
No, you do. You definitely know it.
Okay,
it's terrible. The original's way better. And it just gets me when I think about all the great Japanese horror films that exist. And then all the terrible fucking American remakes.
It's because
The Grudge was okay. I'll give you The Grudge.
Yeah.
Hibachi Benihana Teriyaki. Nagasaki, Okinawa, Hokkaido, Yokohama. Karate Judo Sumo Samurai.
Grudge 1. Grudge 2 shit.
But here's the thing. With The Grudge, why The Grudge probably gets, I will not say a pass, but why it gets we can accept you, is because it's set in Japan. It still maintains its sense of self.
Facts.
Right?
That's totally true.
It's just an American woman in Japan. Whereas everything else, when you take something from its culture and you just dump it in America, or even if you dump it in England, or you dump it somewhere else,
it's different. It's culturally different.
Yeah,
things ain't gonna run the same.
Scary. Yeah. Agreed. That's a really good point.
I've watched a lot of the remake films. Did you ever see Dark Water?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the Japanese one's good. The American one's like, and it's always, I've always seen it as a cultural thing that the way that Japanese culture is that they're very into very interesting nuances of what is scary. They hold on things. The Americans like to really cut and try to scare you instead of letting it settle in. Yeah, there's no subtlety to that.
Mother Nature just pissed her pantsuit!
Know the story about Alyssa Lamb.
Alyssa Lamb?
Oh, boys. Alyssa Lamb, there's this hotel in LA. Can't remember what it's called. Yeah. I can see you are like, yeah, you got it. There's this hotel in LA. And this is life imitating art, right? So in this hotel, she gets in the lift, and there's like, she goes missing. Basically, she was staying in this hotel in this Skid Row, and she ends up going missing. And they don't really know, so like her family go, oh, what the fuck is Alyssa? It's just an Asian girl. And then turns out that they looked at the footage, and there's footage of her like peeking out as if she's hiding from somebody in like the lobby, and then getting in the lift, and then the lift doors just won't close, even though she's pressing the button. As if somebody's holding the door, and she peeks out, she's looking, she's acting all erratic. And then she gets in the lift and they never see her again until they're like searching the building, and then they find out that she's inside the water tank at the top of the building.
Right.
And there's no way that she could have gotten in without and closed the water tank.
Right.
It's physically impossible.
Right.
But there's nobody there to have killed her, so nobody knows how she died.
But
damn.
Yeah, you're leaving out a bit.
What's the bit?
Which is that the other people who were in the hotel
were drinking the water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
That's the no. Where they were drinking the water.
Yes.
That's how. That's when they started looking for her. Well, no, they weren't looking for her.
They were looking for the reason as to why the water tasted weird.
The water was tasting funny, and then you find out, because there's a big dead body in there, and the thing is, that body's in the tank, naked,
rotting
away in this tank.
and that's what happened in Dark Water.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I was just going to say that. That's literally.
Spoiler alert for a Jennifer Connelly movie if you've never seen it.
I mean, it was quite a while back. It's 2008, I think. That
also, do you know there's a Grudge versus the Ring film?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, Sadako versus Makako, or whatever the fucking name is. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's on Shudder if you want to watch it. I watched the end of it. I just watched the fight, and I was like, meh.
It's not going to be any kind of real fight. It's going to be a dream within a dreams, and
no. It was a real fight.
Swinging.
And they weren't throwing hands.
Get up, you little ugly bitch.
I'm not interested in seeing that. That's like, see, with Freddy versus Jason, you can get away with doing that because these guys are they're slasher killers. So there's going to be something interesting. Sadako is a spirit that has put willed herself into a tape, and kills you if
you watch the tape.
Yeah, and I don't know how, I wouldn't know. That's a cocaine thing.
You know what I used to eat for breakfast? Cocaine. You know what I used to eat for lunch? Cocaine.
What'd you have for dinner? Was it cocaine?
Yeah, I'll take some cocaine and okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get Sadako, we're gonna get the chick from the Grudge, and we're gonna make them fight. Find a way, make it work.
But the funny thing is, for me, I'm just like, this is stupid because they both look the same. I was like, if you're at the wrong angle, who's winning? You're just like, if you're a good distance away and you're just looking, all you're seeing is two just jet black hair in a whitish kind of night.
Yeah, but they got different powers.
Swinging on each other.
One of them's got like the Grudge girl. She's like body popping.
Oh, the only thing Sado can do is manifest herself onto things and stop your heart.
But if you're dead, you ain't got a heart.
No, but this is what I mean.
No, the other girl, the one in the tape, right? She ain't got a heart, right?
She's got no heart.
Well, she's dead. Well, she's
yeah.
So her heart is not beating.
They're both dead.
Yeah. So if you can will yourself to give someone a heart attack, what good is that gonna do if their heart doesn't beat to begin with?
Very good point.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
It's already deemed ridiculous before the idea is even. Someone filmed it, so
well, you know, there have been worse times when people have been like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna have this person versus this person.
All the versus film that makes sense. Alien versus Predator does make sense. I don't think
which came up because someone took a shit.
Please, God, help me to release this demon.
I'm sorry.
Someone took a
The
shit.
story. I am not joking. This is 100% truth that people can look up for themselves. Fox, as we know, 20th Century Fox, or 20th Century Studios as it now is, owns the rights, or owned at the time the rights to Alien and Predator. They had a number of writers who were like, I guess you could say a writer's room, who were trying to come up with, they'd done an Alien comic, they'd done Predator comics, and they were trying to come up with stuff. They'd done other comics based on properties owned by 20th Century Fox. While they were having this meeting and they were trying to figure out who to put together, one of them dips, goes to the toilet to take a shit, and when he comes back, he goes, Alien versus Predator. And they were like, Alien versus Predator. And a whole series of comic books, films, video games, you name it, has all come because like some guy took a shit.
Oh my God!
Do you know the story about Aliens with the way James Cameron pitched it? Have you heard the story?
No.
James Cameron was at the Henry. This is a true story.
Yeah, it's on the Blu-ray.
Yeah, he went in 20th Century Fox. He wrote on a whiteboard. He wrote the word alien.
Yeah.
Then drew the S and then a $sign.
Bad man.
That's a G move right there, bro.
Yeah.
That's a G move right there.
Now give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
So yeah, that's it.
Again, James Cameron. I know we've gone into a tangent
No,
here,
go on a tangent.
What I was telling you before the podcast started is that in the industry, sometimes you need to be a bit of a, if you know you're good at the thing that you're doing, you have to kind of really force your hand or be boisterous or louder than the other person is in the room to get your point across, because if you don't, then you're always going to be the guy sitting in the back having an idea that doesn't race to the top because you're either quiet or don't put it out there that, look, I've got a good idea, give me the money to make it. And it's like how the Wachowskis made The Matrix. Look, we've got this concept of this thing in which they showed them bullet time, and I said, I don't know what this is, but we're gonna throw money at it. And they got Warner Brothers to stay out of the production. I don't know anyone that's been able to do that since maybe Spielberg or even Cameron to a point can do that.
But that's the thing I wouldn't say it's controversial, but it's a thing in life. The loudest person or the most boisterous or the most obnoxious person is usually the one who tends to command the most attention, because they are doing those things. Because even though it's not nice, it's not pleasant, at the end of the day, if you behave in that way, you're going to get attention.
Sorry, but please don't cry like that. Please don't, Brennan.
Right? People don't look at the child who's politely sitting there quietly in class and be like, yeah, that kid's gonna go somewhere, I'm gonna listen to what that kid says. They're too busy trying to reprimand the psycho who's trying to run up the walls and trying to swing on you with the 1 meter ruler.
That's why people like Biden can stay in Congress and stay in fucking government for 40 years and do nothing. They just get voted in and then do the bare minimum before he became president.
Yeah.
Because he just doesn't draw attention to himself.
Yeah, that's it.
So he doesn't become controversial in any capacity until he becomes president and you realise he's wearing a mask.
I knew it!
Yeah, but that's the thing. You see, that's perfect, because going back to James Cameron now, right? I remember watching the making of Aliens. And we were watching the making of Aliens, and there's a bit where like the face hugger jumps off like one of the shelves, and he's talking about filming it. And he's like, I need you to yank this thing. He's talking to the special effects guy. I need you to yank this wire so this thing really, really moves. And the guy's like, okay. And he stops and he's like, bro, you're not even wearing gloves. What are you doing? How are you going to yank the wire and cut up your hand?
What are you, fucking retarded?
Go get the gloves. He's like, you're not fucking ready. Come tell me when you're ready. Yeah. And he goes off. Now, if somebody spoke to me like that,
yeah,
chances are I'm going to get upset.
Yeah.
And in my being upset, I'm going to say or do something I should not.
Yeah.
Well, there was a big controversy on that set.
Oh yeah, the British crew didn't like
it.
Yeah,
he fired
the DOP.
Yeah.
And then he hired his ex-wife as a producer. His wife.
She was there from
the girlfriend. Yeah, and then but she clocked it. She put him on blast though. She made him pay for shit out of his own pocket.
Yeah, Gaylan Heard. Right.
Yeah.
This woman is an unsung champion of so many films and TV shows. Right. But the thing was with that is even that he tried to be the nice guy. This is what a lot of people forget. He tried to be the nice guy in Aliens. What did he do? He was like, let me show you Terminator.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna do screening like every day for a week. You can all come watch Terminator and get a sense of what I'm about and what.
And the British crew were like,
and they were like, oh no, who's this American? Well, he's
because
fucking
they were
Canadian.
loyal to Ridley.
Yeah, but he's like, he's Canadian, and oh, who's this American bloke? He's fucking Canadian, right? Yeah, if you're gonna insult somebody, at least get it right.
Don't call me your guy. I am not your guy, friend. I'm not your friend, buddy.
Yeah.
But they were loyal to Ridley Scott, who made Alien, right? And I'm like, listen, he made Alien. He didn't fucking write it.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody else wrote it, and then he was like, I love that. Yoink.
Yeah.
So you're this loyalty to him for making it. I'm like, chill out. Then And this guy, this new director who's already been hired, the studio's already approved him, the cast and crew is already cool with him, barring 1 or 2 people. He's trying to say,
God damn, man, what the fuck you doing in there, huh? That ain't what you supposed to sing. Now you know better than that. You know you got to sing this motherfucker the way I told you to, right?
he's trying to say, oh, look, just come watch what I can do when I've got a crew behind me that's down for me.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I just put him on blast and he didn't even silence the phone.
Punk ass motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. I saw the hand go up.
Sorry.
Right.
I thought it was quiet enough, but it's not.
Yeah. But you know, it's things. He tried to be nice, and what happened when he tried to be nice? Nobody was there. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody's going to see Terminator. Right? You think Terminator is arguably one of the greatest movies ever made?
It's facts. It's facts. It's not facts. These facts are not facts.
Easily in the top 100 best movies ever made.
Yeah, but at the time it wasn't.
At the time, because it had just come out, right? It just finished and it had just come out. So, yeah, it wasn't the massive hit that it is now. But he was trying to show them, and I'm sure if they watched it, they'd be like, you know what, this guy's actually about something. Maybe maybe I give him a little break. And
hold on, pause for a second. I need to say something controversial. Sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah.
Terminator 1. Supremely overrated movie.
I wouldn't say it's overrated.
Supremely overrated. It's pretty boring. As a chase film goes, Terminator 2 is way better.
Affirmative.
I understand we would not have Terminator 1, Terminator 2 without Terminator 1.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
a budget, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. Listen. Yes, budget, make all the excuses you want. I'm talking about the end product.
Yeah.
Supremely overrated.
I don't know, man. As a kid, I was quite.
I don't go back to watch. Okay, how often do you go back to watch T1 versus T2?
Every year.
I usually watch both of them.
Really? I always go. I only watch
back
T2.
To back. I bang them both back to back.
Nah, I only watch T2. I don't watch T1. I just can't. I'm like, oh, you know what it is? Not as good.
But I think because I like to imagine Terminator 1 as a horror film.
I get you.
I always view it as a horror film. It's just not built as a horror film.
Would you survive? Do you think you would survive in Terminator 1?
No! Listen, the first time he turns up in a club, unless Kyle Reese is jumping out to save me, I'm done. Mm-hmm. That said, admittedly, if I get away, the first time I get away, you're not fighting me. Unless unless we're living in London as it is now, most watched city in the world, you're not finding me.
But in the 80s, it wasn't the most watched city in the world. You still
in the 80s London, once I'm gone, I am gone. I'm not going back home. I might call Mars, but like, listen, something's happened. Someone's looking for me. I'm not coming home.
I am running away from my responsibilities. It feels good.
Right? Just know I'm safe. I'm not coming home. I'm not gonna call you again unless I get.
Imagine him calling and he'd be like, "Hi, Mom." She's like, "Oh, Neil, where are you? I'm really." And he's like, "She's being so nice. What's she being nice for?"
Yeah. I love you too, sweetheart.
That thing in Terminator 2 where he's like, "Oh, your foster parents are dead." Your foster parents are dead. She's being so nice and all of that.
Your foster parents are dead.
That's the thing. If you have enough good sense to know your parents, or not even your parents, just the people you live with that you're most around, if you know their cadences, the way that they speak, the way that they say things, you will know you're being weird.
Something's up here.
That's not you, right?
Those are his foster parents. You know who I feel it for in that movie? The 2 guys who tried to help him when they thought he was being attacked.
You okay, kid?
Take a hike, Buzzo.
Wait.
And he broke one of their hands.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's now fucked for the rest of his life. Because a Terminator broke his hand because he was trying to help some kid.
Well, I mean, it could be a lot worse.
No,
it could
do you know what?
But then that guy did mouth off. He did call the kid. He's like, "Fuck you, little dipshit."
Yeah.
Fuck you, you little dipshit.
That's what I'm saying. The one I feel sorry for is the one who tried to pull his friend away.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's the one who got his hand broken.
Yeah. Him, I feel sorry for. But him, I'd be more vexed with the friend. Because if you just walked with me and you didn't turn around and get your final piece in because you thought it's a little kid, I can say what I want, he ain't gonna do me nothing. That is the group.
God damn, man, what the fuck you doing in there, huh? That ain't what you're supposed to sing. Now you know better than that. You know you got to sing this motherfucker the way I told you to, right?
Right? If he could just say that line, then everything would have been
when
fine.
I edit this, by the way, I'm gonna put a Joe counter. I'm gonna put how much money
how
he's lost.
How many fives?
How many fives I've had to throw up because he doesn't know how to silence his goddamn. This guy, by the way, when you see the intro, to understand it's done by Joe. Joe did a very good job. Very, very technologically minded. Doesn't know how to silence his fucking phone. That's another 5.
Goddamn, man. What the fuck you doing in there, huh? That ain't what you're supposed to sing. Now you know better than that. You know you got to sing this motherfucker the way I told you to, right?
Doesn't know how to silence his goddamn phone.
Yeah, because Samsung don't know how to make phones.
That's why you have to get an iPhone like everybody else.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
You know what? Well, not in fairness.
Both of you.
Not in fairness.
No.
But I will say one thing, right?
Not doing that.
Is I will show you what he saw.
What do you mean?
Because I got the same message that he got.
Okay, we'll talk about that after.
Right? No, I'm gonna show you this image. You know what the image is.
No.
Okay. Well, if I get close enough, can you see it?
Still no.
All right. Well, it's the thing that you've been dealing with for the last day or so.
What have I been dealing with for a day or so?
That.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so Ken playing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand.
Yeah. So that. That's what I was even when I
bought
saw
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
The collector's edition. You can see behind me. I bought it.
Zoom
it's
right
good.
into that.
It's good. It's amazing. I love it. And if you don't have it, you're poor, and that's your fault.
Broke ass bitch.
And I say that because these two mooks don't have it.
I don't even have a console.
He doesn't have a console.
I don't have a PlayStation 5, so I accept my
I will at some point.
You will get it at some point. But it's fun. For the moment,
you remember when PlayStation games used to come out as platinum, and then it was like super cheap? Yeah, like whatever the equivalent of that is now. That's what I'll.
It's
the greatest hits.
The greatest hits.
That's okay.
When they release the edition that has everything in it.
It's
already.
an L for me, if I'm honest, because I paid £220 for a digital download code and a statue
and a
steelbook case with no disc. So I actually got fucked by Sony in the end.
Stupid.
So, to be clear, you guys won. I lost. I spent way more money for something that really should have been way cheaper.
Bittersweet victory.
Yeah, because the original version of the collector's edition for the first PlayStation was only like £180. So
and it had a disc.
And it had a disc.
Yeah.
And loads of other stuff too.
Yeah, I had that version, right?
Yeah,
and it came with a booklet,
the newspaper.
It came with the newspaper article. It had a bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah, this came with 3 things. 3 things. A download code, a steelbook, and a statue. And I paid £220. Trust me, you won. Okay? You guys won. I didn't. I lost. I paid all that money for a display piece.
Well, what these guys have figured out is that these guys will
idiots like you. Ooh.
Almost doxed yourself.
Timestamp that.
That's 28 minutes. With a lot of games now, from what I hear now, is that you can buy the game, but if the game is like what's it, Call of Duty, you'll get the cover but download code within that. And there's nothing. Sometimes you get a disc, but there's nothing on the disc. It's just like a download. It prompts you to download, and so you don't actually have the game. It's. I don't know. I find that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
No, I was gonna say what it is with that. This is my conspiracy theory head running right now. Is if you own physical media, you own it. Mm-hmm. That means no matter what happens, you own it. Mm-hmm. If you only have digital media, then at any given point in time, whoever has supplied you with that digital media can remove said digital media from you.
Yeah, that's what Yong Ye was talking about.
Yong Ye.
Yeah. He was talking about they can turn it if you need to. I think it's the DRM. If you have to play the game online, that company can just
when they're ready,
you can't play anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just turn up, and that's what I don't like. I don't like that future.
Yeah, and you think even if it's something that you don't have to be online for, you still have to go online when you want to update the game.
Yeah.
And all it takes is, for whatever reason, they suddenly decide, you know what, we don't want people to play this game no more, or we don't want you specifically to play this game anymore.
Fuck them kids.
Okay, fine. The next time you log in and you boot up, they'll just remove a part of the code. Now the game's inoperable, the game's unplayable.
Yeah.
And all it means is you spent all that money to get something that you now no longer have.
Yeah, and that's my biggest issue with the job. I remember my science when I was in the college. My computer science teacher was telling me about because the new Windows XP was coming out, and he was saying, look, he was really good at what he did, and he was saying, look, never upgrade to anything without knowing the ins and outs of what that upgrade does. So wait several months, maybe even a year, before you upgrade to that thing. And I took that as gospel.
They shall hunger no more, neither shall they thirst anymore. Preach, preacher!
That is one of the reasons why, I don't know if it happens with Androids, because what happens with Apple phones is when they do their upgrades and their updates, they do it at like 1 o'clock in the morning, when they know good 90% of people, their phone is untouched.
Idle, yeah.
The phone is idle, and the phone is probably plugged in, being
No,
charged.
incorrect. Incorrect. I have an Apple. You don't have an Apple phone. I have an Apple phone.
I do have an Apple phone, and you were losing light, sir, good sir.
I am what?
You were losing
light.
light.
Oh, go. Perfect.
What about you? You're made of rocks.
Perishable rock. Oh, okay, another one. Go on.
Thank you.
You're like Crichton now.
I'm falling apart.
Yeah.
I'm actually falling apart.
Yeah, you are actually falling apart.
This
Will it want
light
fit?
is coming off continuously.
Crichton, what are you doing, mate?
And we're back after our little mechanical technical difficulties, but we're back.
We talk about logic.
We're talking about logic. We don't even remember what we were talking about before, by the way, just FYI. We took like a 5-minute break. We kept talking about other shit, and now we don't remember what we were actually talking about before we took a break.
By the way, that cut's going to be instantaneous.
He's fine, and he's completely unaware that anything happened. As far as he's concerned, the trip was instantaneous. That's why his watch is exactly 1 minute behind mine. He skipped over that minute to instantly arrive at this moment in time.
Yeah. For you, it was instantaneous. For us, it was like 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is what happens when you like this. This is what the Flash feels like all the time.
Yeah. So we're sorry. We're sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Anyway, then I just started talking about how women love conflict, and how I was on the phone to Jose yesterday, and we were talking, and my robotic wife was talking, and I said, "Why don't you men are talking? Why don't you leave the room and go have a period somewhere?"
Emotional damage.
Because they love conflict. I love women, by the way, but anyway, go ahead.
Just leave it there.
Like, just to clarify, Neil was about to go into a whole monologue about this, and I was like, time out.
Time out.
Yeah.
Like fucking Zach Morris. Time out.
Right, now I was going to say that when women use logic...
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now, I know this is going to sound real misogynistic, but tough shit, I guess, is not all the time do women use logic, right? More often than not, they like emotion, they follow a thread of feelings and things of that nature. Most times, men, and I take it robots as well, tend to be like, this is a thing, it's a thing because fact says it's a thing, it's logic. I feel this way, that doesn't mean anything. The logic says this is what it is. And that's how we move. But I said, but when women do use logic, wow.
Oh my God! Wow!
Because I had a situation come up this morning. A streaming service that I subscribe to somebody managed to hack into my account and they changed all of my details.
Hey, you're white. Smile.
Now, my idea was just cancel everything to do with it.
Burn it to the ground.
Burn it to the ground. Start fresh.
It's how I solve my relationship issues with women. Conflict? End it.
Yeah. But my wife had a better idea. She said, contact the streaming service themselves and have them do it. Tell them what the problem is and they will fix it. That way, all of the algorithm that I currently have that says, all the I like this film and this show and whatever, will all be still in place. In other words, don't burn the whole house down. Just burn the room that has the problem.
This makes me want to burn this motherfucker down.
So I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
When you do use logic, it's beautiful. Use it more.
But they're very good at conflict. I will say this.
Yeah, conflicted.
I spend a lot of time on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You know this.
Yeah.
I look at multiple beautiful women all the time, and I have come to a realization that the Asian ladies of the Asian type, Koreans, Japanese, Thai,
He's talking about East
Cambodian.
Asian.
Yeah, those Asians.
You can't say Oriental anymore because apparently it's racist, but even though it's called the Orient. But anyway, carry on.
Okay, so there's Oriental ladies.
Yeah.
The baddies with the booty. Oh my god. Changed the game. Do you remember back in the day, it used to be like Asian women did not have boobs and they did not have bums. Yeah. They still don't have bums. I've seen some Korean chicks out there twerking, shaking their imagination.
Trying to.
Shaking their imagination, bro. Just like nothing there. But it's okay because damn, some of them, they make up for it, man.
God damn, look how small your skirt is.
Like, all the way from the feet to the head, just everything is on point. The fucking booties, them big bootied Asian chicks. Damn, dude. Damn, dude. And I'm like, I got a missus and a kid and everything. But fuck, dude. Jesus Christ, man. I see some of these Thai girls out here and they're just looking thick. Ugh. God. And then I'm always a sucker. Like, to clarify, I'm married to a brunette, but I'm a sucker for blonde chicks and I'm a sucker for Asian chicks. Like, I even like them Arab chicks. You know, the ones that let you fuck them in the ass.
Do they?
Yeah, because you're not fucking them in the pussy. If you fuck them in the pussy, you break the hymen. It's a whole thing.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
I knew this one girl. I'm not going to mention her name, Nilo. I'm not going to mention her name, Nilo. I'm definitely not going to mention her name, Nilo. And I went to college with this chick, and she would let dudes fuck her in the ass.
I call it the Ass Pounder 4000.
Right? By the way, we talked about movies for long enough. I thought I'd just bring the crudeness back. But she let dudes fuck her in the ass. Multiple guys would fuck, not at the same, maybe. She'd go, fuck her in the ass, right? Because then she'd be like, yeah, but it's okay because it's not, my pussy is my love hole and my asshole is my play hole.
Wow, what a hole.
As weird as it is, this is not the first time that I've heard this, and it's not the first time I've heard it. I've heard it from an Arabic woman.
Oh,
right. From an Arabic woman who said there was virtually those exact words. She said she wasn't talking about herself. She said, "Look, this is what I know happens within my culture," and I was like, "Nah, that's wild. I can't believe that because Western." So I'm like, anal is that's like you got to earn your way to that with certain women. You just, it's not just something that you.
Some
can just,
women though.
With some women, you have to earn your way into that.
No means no. No, that means no. All right, but no, stop it. What are you doing? Oh my God.
With other women, you gotta pay a premium.
Give me the money. Give me the money.
But to know that some women are like, yeah, nothing goes in the front, everything's in the back. You know, orders and deliveries come in and out of the back. I was like, bruh.
Dude, I had one chick, right? This is a few years ago.
Hey, everybody! An old man's talking!
Babe. Sorry, honey. This is a few years ago. I had one chick. She went, her go-to, I drove, right? I remember I drove from London to Portsmouth.
Oh, yeah, I know this.
And she ate my ass.
I mean, somebody's going to have to give us some booty. And it's just that simple.
I did not shower. That was her go-to move. that was her opener. Her magnum opus. Her magnum opus was also her sophomore year. Do you get what I'm saying? It was the fucking her freshman year was not sophomore year. Her freshman year, her freshman start was the opening act, but also her magnum opus. She started off strong. Wow. Yeah, and I had not showered or nothing. I'd just driven from London to Portsmouth to go bang this chick. She went sitting there, farting the whole time, and she led with that.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And she wanted to kiss up. I was like,
Don't touch me,
man! She came after we fucked, right? She came close, and I physically put my hand on her face. Right? It wasn't like I didn't go like, oh no, babe. I went, no. Yeah. Physical. Like if you can imagine the way you like if someone gets too close, you were like, fuck off.
Yeah.
It was like that. I bolted in her and everything as well, but I was just like, no. And she was like, what? And I was like, because you fuck, I was like, I'm just not that kind of guy after. And then I remember the next day, dude, I'm such a piece of shit for this. I remember the next day that I was like, oh, dude, I'm done. I didn't want to be there. I was like, I'd said all this shit. It's like, I'm going to come around and spend the weekend at yours and da-da-da. And after I got my nut that night, the next day I was like, she had made... Dude, she had made me breakfast, yeah?
Damn.
In bed. She was so nice.
Did you eat it and then just dip?
Yes!
You really are one of the most disgusting humans I've ever met.
100%. She made me hold on, dude. So she made this breakfast and gave it to me in her bed. Yeah, like she had a kid that she had basically kicked out for the weekend. Yeah, because she was like she didn't want her kid to be there.
Yeah, of course, she's gonna be absolutely horrid.
And then so she made me like food, right? And then I was sitting in the bed, and then she was like, oh yes, I was thinking that maybe we could go maybe we should go and fucking... I said so much shit to get laid.
I lied.
To this girl, and then she was like, oh, maybe we can go out to get some dinner later or whatever. And I was like, yeah, sure. The whole time I was like, I was like,
Yeah.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson. Danger.
I was like, this is not what I wanted. And I was like, I'm done. I conquered this. I planted my fucking flag. I'm done. So then I called. I remember I called one of my boys. I was like, I called one of my mates, and I was like, listen, man, you got to call me. You need to call me in like 45 minutes.
Help me! Help me!
And then you need to call me, and I'm going to put you on loudspeaker too. You need to call me and tell me there's some shit going down with some of the boys. And like, you need some help and you need some money or something, but you need me to come back. Like, can I come down like straight away? And he was like, got you, bro. Like, he just there was no, he's like a day one, that dude. He knew the plan.
Smash and grab job, huh?
He was like, got you, man. I understand. And so he was like, all right, cool, 45. I'll set a timer on my phone. And there I am, chilling in her living room. She just brought me a cup of tea. I'm just sitting there. She's like sitting next to me, cuddled up with me on her couch. And I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here. And it's the morning, right? Down. And then like, yeah, and then the next thing I know, I get the phone call. I'm like, oh, sorry, babe, 1 second.
It's the bat phone, sir.
And I put that shit on loudspeaker and I was like, hi, yeah, how's it going, man? He's like, listen, man, we need your help. She's like, oh my God, is everything gonna be okay? And I told her, I was like, listen, I gotta go. I'm so sorry. Got in my car, drove off, like, and as I'm driving away, the only way I can describe it is I was like Matthew McConaughey in that Cadillac advert. That fucking half cheeky smile he had. I was like, yeah, boy. And then she was like, cool, dude, I ghosted that chick. I never even met, and then she messaged me for like a week.
Wow.
And I never text her back. Ever. I still have her number. And like saved on my phone. But I never texted her back or nothing. And dude, I'm such a piece of shit for that.
You're a worthless piece of shit!
Like, I know. Just to clarify, that was 15 years ago, right?
Okay.
So it wasn't like it wasn't 15 years ago. That's a lie too. That's like I scoped this chick on Plenty of Fish. So however.
Oh, I mean Plenty of
that's
Fish.
At least that's a good.
That's
while.
a while.
Yeah,
back,
it was
man.
a while. It was like Plenty of Fish when Plenty of Fish first came out.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a hell of a while back.
15 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, maybe it was.
It might be 15 years.
Yeah, that's a hell of a
Yeah,
while.
it was like 2008, something like that.
That is 15 years.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, is it though? It's 2008.
It is 2008. 8 to 18 is 10.
Yeah, it's about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it was like
I'm gonna do the math on that.
2008, something like that. That's when it was, because that's when I had just gotten. I remember I had just gotten a company car.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, and I was ragging the fuck out of that car, and it was an Audi. So I didn't give a fuck, right? So yeah, it was about that time, man. And I fucking played her like a fiddle, dude.
I played this stinking city like a harp from hell.
Such a cunt. Like, I feel bad about it, but I'm telling the story because it's funny. But I do feel bad about it, right? Because I was like, I can't believe.
14 years ago.
14 years ago. Yeah, it was 14 years. Like, listen, I'm a different person. But at the time, like, don't get, like, listen, dude.
Nobody is the same as they were 14 years ago.
Nobody's the same.
Everybody got it done.
But that chick did not. I mean, she, that girl, she ended up kissing the business end of a shotgun. That's not true. That's not true. I didn't do a follow-up, so I actually don't know how that played out.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
But yeah, fucking. Whew.
That's. I remember when you told me that story. That's some of it is very familiar because there's times when when I can't be here. I need to leave.
That post-nut clarity is hard, bro.
I need to find a way to get out. How am I going to do that? Call a friend.
I can imagine some other friend of yours is like, get out!
Get out! Yo, chill, man. Get out! Chill, man.
Like the film, right? Get out!
Get out! Get out, John! Get out!
Oh, that shit's too funny.
It's I've never had that. There's only two people I've ever had that with. It's like, oh man, I need to leave. I need to leave now.
Bitches leave.
There's no. You're kind of lying there. Like, I need to go. How do I get out of here? You're just like you're okay. Thinking. Okay, call out plane. Send a text to my friend. Okay, call me in 10 minutes. Tell me it's an emergency. So, oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh,
is that the deepest shit you've ever done to somebody in a relationship? Well, not relationship. Okay, let me just rephrase. I'll ask the question. What's the most fucked up shit you've ever said or done to get laid?
To get laid?
To get laid, or I don't know, just like the most fucked up thing you've ever done in like a intimate scenario. To either get laid or whilst getting laid or after getting laid or whatever, and then afterwards you're like, man, that was fucked up. I shouldn't have done that. Have a think about it.
I haven't done anything that bad, but I've had a situation that was bad, which was. I still feel sorry for this guy. I'm gonna not say no names because I do not want to break up nobody's happy home or whatever they got going on. But there was someone who I slept with. Now, this doesn't absolve me of any real heavy guilt.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Of course.
Right?
Didn't kill someone, did he?
No,
I'm joking.
right? But
I dated this girl once. Now she's
No.
underwater.
But I know.
Sleeps with the fishes.
I knew at the time that she was in a relationship.
Ah, okay.
I knew she was in a relationship. I didn't know the person. The person didn't live in London, so I didn't give a shit.
Yeah, it's not in the same postcode. It doesn't matter, right?
It's never cheating when you're in a different area code, not to mention a different state.
Knew she was attracted to me. I went there.
Yeah,
We did what we did.
You're young, man.
Yeah, we did what we did. It was done.
Perhaps play a little game called Just the Tip. Just for a second, just to see how it feels.
Yeah.
I remember there was a time after that where we'd arranged to run it back, and I just couldn't be bothered. But I didn't tell her I couldn't be bothered. I just
made something.
I was just like, yeah, I'm coming, and I went to the mall.
What did you watch?
X-Men 3.
It's probably worth it. You got to in X-Men 3. You got to see James Marsden get blown up. That's okay,
right? So it was like,
Well, you didn't even see that.
No,
Yeah.
but I remember when it was done. But that was the situation, whatever, right? But me and this person, because we had a number of mutual friends, we still kind of kept in contact. It was just like water under the bridge kind of thing. But what happened, what was bad, was I then met her partner.
Oh.
Without knowing who he was. I was out with some friends. This dude walked up, introduced himself. He was like, oh, hey. And they were all like, yeah, hey, how's it going? And then he was like, oh, yeah. Oh, nice to meet you, right? Shook his hand, gave him a quick dap.
Hey, remember me? Benny Blanco from the Bronx?
Fine. Then he goes off, and I was like, yo, bro, who's that? He said, oh, that's this person's man. The first thing that went through my head was that Jay-Z, Memphis Bleak, Missy Elliott song, Is That Your Chick?
Hello. Is this your chick?
Oh, yeah. Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun, 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 dun,
that went through
dun,
my
dun, dun.
head, right? And I just thought, I just dapped you with the same hand that went all up inside your missus.
It's a fist.
Bro, it's really
Right?
hard when you meet an Eskimo brother and you don't know, one of you doesn't know your Eskimo brothers.
What's a Eskimo brother?
Eskimo brother. When two guys had sex with the same girl, they're Eskimo brothers.
Yeah,
That's a real fucking. I'm gonna put a caption as to what that means.
Yeah,
somewhere.
but I was just like, I know what I did to your missus, and enough. I know what I did enough that she wanted a repeat. She wanted a rerun, and you, sir, are just like, yeah, it's all good. And I'm like, they are together now, like same house. I believe there's children.
You still? Oh no,
I don't
no,
chat.
no,
I don't chat with her. I don't chat with her no more.
Do you know what? If something happy came out of it, then that's fine.
Yeah, they're cool. They're together and
Yeah.
everything. But the thing is, what it did for me was, I was like,
That shit ain't happening to me.
no. I mean, listen. If it has happened to me and I don't know, cool. I never want to know.
Yeah.
I just know that was the one time I genuinely felt bad about what I'd done.
You are a bad boy.
Even though I didn't know him at the time, I knew that he existed in her life before I went living room, kitchen, staircase, and bedroom.
Staircase?
Yeah, you'd
Sometimes-
be surprised.
Oh,
Staircase.
dude.
Yeah.
If they got the right stairs.
Yeah.
But
I know what you're
I'm
talking
just
about.
saying,
Yeah.
I just like we went
Spirals.
We went rounds.
It's leverage because
Yeah.
it's anyway.
Yeah, we went for the rounds, and I'm just like,
Do you remember the good old days? You could just boss back to back.
No.
yeah,
Huh?
younger days, man.
In my younger days, I was
Yeah.
like nutting, but I'd nut, and I was still hard, and I'd be like, I'm ready to go again.
I didn't hear no bell.
Come on, watch it.
One more round.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, and I felt like fucking Michael Jordan soaring through the air.
Look at this, the double clutch, the reach out, and
like just fucking being the best in my game. Now I'm like Michael Bolton and my back hurts.
My back. Oh, my back.
This is the time of. What was it? What's the song? What's the song? What's the Lonely Island song? This is the time.
This is the time of Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's why I used to, in my younger days, man, I used to fuck, and now I'm like, I have sex. I have married sex, which is like once a week if you're lucky.
Okay. I mean, it's something. I haven't. Last time. I remember the last time I had sex, and that was a while ago.
Yeah, guess it's been a while.
Alright, it's been so long.
I mean, look, I am seeing...
Myth became legend. Legend became myth. And for 3,500 years.
History became legend. Legend became myth. And for 2,500 years, the ring passed out of all knowledge.
It's Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah! He's gonna get you out the Shire, Joe.
Well,
I don't know, man. Fucking Sam was the pimp in the Shire.
Ah, listen, he was ready for Rosie. He's gonna pipe her.
Pimpin' been since pimpin' since pimpin'.
That guy, he was
gonna tend to her garden.
Yeah, although after he had his little experimentation time with Frodo.
Gay! Mr. Frodo.
Mr. Frodo.
Mr. Frodo.
I'll tell you what fuck that one I did to a chick.
Oh, Jesus, again, Ben?
Right. I am not bragging. This is not bragging. This is telling a story. So, a little while ago, I dated this girl. Like, a little while ago. Years ago. Anyway, I dated this chick. And she, we were like, this is when I worked in recruitment. So, we worked together. And are you giving me a $5 or are you telling me that I owe you $5? Because he's putting his $5 up now. So I'm like, oh shit. Okay, yeah, got you. Okay, so this is what I did to this chick. It's really fucked up. So she was, me and her were seeing it. We were talking, and then I was single. She wasn't single, and so she broke up with her boyfriend at the time, right? And then we started hanging out. Cool, fine. No one's cheating at that point because we were talking, but she broke up with him, and I was like, and I knew she did because she showed me the messages. Cool, right? So they broke up. She had a kid as well. They broke up, and then we were seeing each other for a while, and then kind of like we didn't agree on a lot of the same stuff. And look, this is before like I met my wife and had a kid or whatever. I was young. Right. So we didn't agree on a lot of stuff where she was like, I want to start a family and do this, da-da-da. And I'm like, I just want to have sex. But...
He cold.
All right. Sure. Like, we're just still dating, but she moved really quickly. Mm-hmm. She didn't like that. I was very much like, oh, just take it slow. She started talking to this guy again. Mm-hmm. They kind of got back together. Mm-hmm. And then she dumped me. So I felt really bad about that. Because I was like, oh, okay, I don't like, no one likes being dumped, right? So no. I was like, okay, that sucks. But okay, whatever, move on with my life. We still work together, but at that point I was like, I'm just going to be a dick now. Right? So, and I held a superior position.
Oh,
we didn't work in the same department. We worked in different departments, but I held a more superior position than she did.
You still refuse to accept my godhood.
Yeah.
So my department I would have to speak to her department often about like speaking about client, like getting like credit references for clients and stuff that we needed to deal with. So I would speak to her quite often, and then and I would very much matter of fact. Like, I need this, get it done. Can you get this done, please? Da, da, da. There was no. She'd always be like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "Fine." Anyway, so can you just get this done? Because I need this done. And that I knew what she was like, and I knew that would piss her the fuck off.
Right.
So, and I was like, but to everybody else, it's like, hey, how's it going? So I was that guy, bro, in the office. I would talk to everybody else around her, and be like, hey, how's it going? And I'd be like, yeah, what's up? He was like, yeah, can you just get us done? If you guys could do it, please, that'd be great. And I'd be like, hey, listen, let me grab you guys a coffee or whatever, and then never get nothing for her. ever.
Oh
right?
man, you're harsh. That's
yeah, because I was being a dick, right?
Yeah.
But this girl, she's fucking monkey branching, right?
Oh,
so
okay,
it wasn't
yeah.
like a one-way
She
street.
wasn't completely innocent.
Yeah, I was single when I did this. She was not completely innocent. She was technically cheating, but then she really cheated with me because she like messaged me. She was like, "Oh, listen, like, I fucking miss you, and maybe we can hang out and da-da-da." And I knew what I was doing, right? And so she was like, "Let me come round, can we talk?" And this is when I lived with a flat friend of mine in Stanmore. So she was like, "Can we talk?" And da-da-da. So she was like, "Okay." So she came round and we fucked. And she was engaged at that point.
Damn.
This guy had proposed to her. Damn. She accepted. She was living in his fucking house.
Oh no!
And then she would go. She would finish work, come to my, because we worked in like Watford.
Yeah.
So she would come to my place after work.
Yeah.
We would fuck, and then she would go home, filled with my cream.
Cream pies. Everyone loves them. Comedians, baseball players, even protesters.
Like, she let me bolt in her and everything. Cool, whatever. And then I said to her, like, she was like, I think, and I said, well, you're getting married, right? And so I knew, I'm a dickhead for that. I 100% put that out there.
Look,
I was still single, technically.
If she was married, I would have, I don't know, this may be controversial to other people, I would have more of an issue with it, but she's not.
It's like having sex with twins. If I fuck two twins, that's incest, but that's their problem. That's not my problem. I'm just fucking two chicks. If those two chicks happen to be related, that's still your issue.
And you two motherfuckers need Jesus.
That's not my issue.
Yeah,
You lot are fucked up, not me. so that's how I alleviate myself from responsibility. I rationalize it like that. So I rationalized this by saying, at the time, I was young. I was still in my 20s. So I said, look, ultimately, like she's the one cheating, whatever. So she came around, and this went on for like months. Oh, thank you, sir. This went on for like months. I would fucking bolt in this chick, right?
Jeez.
And then she'd go back. She'd go on holiday. She was like an island on holiday. She was Irish. She'd go on holiday to see her family in Ireland with him and her daughter, his kids, right? Engaged, da-da-da. And then she'd be texting me.
That's
I can't
weird.
wait to see you, da-da-da. And then she actually left Ireland early, said she had to come back to work. No,
wow.
She did not. She had to ride my spreadsheet. So she came, and then basically that went on, and then she eventually broke up with him.
Right.
Wanted to start a relationship with me. So
And
then
you
we
said,
did
nah.
that. No, we did that. We did
okay.
that. I said, okay, but this was, again, I was a manipulative piece of shit.
Right.
I would never wanted a relationship with this girl.
Right.
But I wanted her to ruin what she had.
Ooh.
And make sure that she could not go back to it like she did first time.
Right.
So I was like, okay. Because she's also a piece of shit to this guy.
Yeah. Oh, so you're.
Because she's cheating on him while he's giving her everything. Right?
Right.
And then she's like coming to the broke ass fucking young guy who's giving her good dick. Because that's what you ladies do. Some of you ladies out there, not all of you, some of you ladies are good ladies. And I have a past just like all of you have a past. But some of you ladies are out here with good men at home and you're fucking around with the wrong dudes.
There's not a woman in this room right now wouldn't rather be somewhere else with a nice stiff one in them. Don't you let them fool you.
When you shouldn't be. You're out there playing the game when you should be being loyal to your guy at home. And then when you get fucked over, you crying, wee, wee, wee. When really and truly, it's your fucking fault. And I am telling you the other side of that story, that scenario that girls do. Because girls, yes or no? Yeah, women do that shit. That's fucked up.
I do know what you're saying. It's happened. My first girlfriend did that to me. So.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, this girl, she eventually broke up with the guy, and then he was so emotional and loved her so much that he like started stalking her. Turned up at work, didn't know who I was. So I'm looking at my Eskimo brother outside, banging on the office door like, "Can I speak to her? Can I speak to her?" And they had to call security. She had got a restraining order against him.
Damn.
Right? And everything. And then and ultimately, and this was my Eddie Murphy moment, right? When she was like, okay, I'm done. Let's, like, start this now. And I was like, nah.
I really thought you was going to be like, why you shake your ass home?
And then man get real cold on you, say some shit like, why don't you shake your ass home?
Oh my God.
I was very much like, nah. Because in that bitch, she's like, I'm yours. And it's like, fuck you, bitch.
Then you finally get it, and she's like this, I'm yours. And you go, fuck you, bitch.
And I was like, nah, I'm not interested. And she was like, what do you mean? And she's like I had her in that, like, she's now vulnerable. She can't go back to that place with him.
Yeah.
She had to rent a new place. And I waited until she signed a lease and she knew where she was going to live.
Wow.
All locked in. I'm like, now I can break up with her guilt-free.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I had left that job.
Yeah. Okay,
and I was going to Asia.
Oh, okay.
So, and like, she was like, oh, and she didn't know that. I'd bought tickets and everything. I'm going away for a while.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll see you later. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah. And then I moved out of that apartment and left.
So
I have never seen her again.
If she's still alive.
I don't know, but I made sure
Yeah.
that she could not get back with that guy because she had a restraining order against him. His whole family hated her. I saw all the messages.
Well, that's good for him then.
Yeah, that's good for him.
Yeah.
You're welcome, dude.
You're welcome.
If you know who you are in the story, I helped you, King. And that chick, like, I don't know what happened to her because I left that company, and then that company since has actually dissolved. So it doesn't even exist anymore. So her job became obsolete in that company a few years ago.
Right.
But I'm not going to mention her name, and I've not done a follow-up. I know I'm not friends with her on any form of social media. But yeah, that was like a good, like, again, another like 15 years ago, give or take, but long time ago. And that chick, she was a piece of shit for what she did to that guy, but I was also a piece of shit because I enabled it. I'm owning that. I'm owning that I was a piece of shit back then.
Yeah.
I'm still a kind of piece of shit now. If you ask my wife, she'll tell you.
I
but
think
you as sorry.
No, you go.
Yeah, but you as a piece of shit in retaliation to her being a piece of shit.
Yeah, second time, definitely. Yeah.
What you did was for the purpose of, I know you're being a piece of shit to this person who, for all intents and purposes, is being loyal and good and everything to you.
Oh, dude, that guy was such a sweetheart.
I'm gonna ruin you because I know you're ruining him.
Yeah, that guy was such a sweetheart. He was such a nice guy.
Yeah, and she now that guy's gonna be kind of broken now, and something would have changed in him that won't trust as much because of her.
Yeah, because of her. That's again not alleviating my part to play, but she contacted me. She was the one like, I miss you, and then I'm like, I know you're engaged, and she's like, I just want to fuck, and I'm like, got you. Let's do that.
Nice.
And then I just did that, and she was like, and I was like, you're not even banging this guy. She's like, nah, I'm not even having sex with him right now.
Wow.
She's like, oh, I'm telling him I got a headache, and I'm like, bitch, you're engaged. Meanwhile, she's coming over doing that I want to pay child support position. I'm fucking making her wear her fucking knees for earrings, and I'm just bolting deep, bro, deep. Like, dude, I remember. I fucking blasted my cock inside her so deep, only King Arthur could pull it out. I was like, fucking, just like sword in the stone, my guy. Just shing. Real, just you're right, though.
Oh man, it's the because I know what you mean by when you're proud.
Yeah, dude. I went to town, pillows underneath the small of her back and shit. I don't fuck like that now. Now it's just missionary sex in the independent newspaper.
Almost. There we are.
Well done.
But back then, bro, them days, I was doing fucking, you know? And do you know what? I don't miss them days. Now I'm not like, no, dude, I don't. Because every time you had sex was like reputational.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, if you had sex, if it was outside your group, it really didn't matter. But if it was within people who knew you,
you had to put in a performance.
You had to put a performance on.
Yeah.
You had to be like, you know, you have to do the thing, because if you don't put a performance on, it's gonna spread around and you ain't fucking again.
Every match
you're having to find new friends.
Yeah. It's a premiere. It's the Rumble in the Jungle or the Thriller in Manila.
Every time you gotta move, you're gonna if you bang a girl in your friend group and you suck dick at fucking pussy, then You're gonna have to move to like fucking Scotland.
Right. You gotta put it down like the rider enforcement.
And start again. You're gonna have to get rid of your whole friend group because everyone's gonna find out that you don't know how to lay pipe.
Okay, we're running out of time. Well, we've run out of time, but there's one story I want to
tell it.
Yes, please do.
There's one story I want to tell.
Hey, everybody, an old man's talking.
Fairly recently, I would say maybe about 4 years ago, I had this female friend that also had another female friend that she brought along to we were going to some event, and she warned me about her friend. My friend may hit on you. So okay, whatever. I didn't think anything of it. And then
I've never been warned like that ever. Have you ever been warned?
Danger, Will Robinson! Danger!
I've never gone somewhere and be like, just to FYI, you're so good looking, my friend's gonna hit on you.
I'm gonna eat you alive, you dumb son of a bitch.
She didn't. She just.
Girls don't like robots, you know. What they do?
I got warned once, but it was for a very different reason.
She did. She ended up hitting on me, but it was. I always wondered why my because these two are females, and she warned me. She came to me straight away, and why would you warn me? Anyway, coming up to the point, we were both at, I think, her house or someone's house, and she fell asleep. My friend that I knew fell asleep.
God damn, man, what the fuck you doing in there, huh? That ain't what you supposed to sing. Now you know better than that. You know you got to sing this motherfucker the way I told you to, right?
Fell asleep on.
I just gave you 5.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
She fell asleep on the couch, and then her friend came to me. She sat next to me, put her leg over me, and she revealed that she wasn't wearing any
drawers, no underwear.
And so, yeah, this is happening.
Yeah, boy.
And
Hold on.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold on. So this chick walked over.
Yeah.
Sat next to you, and she just basic instinct you.
Yeah, she
Wow.
she put her leg over my other leg like this, and I could see that. Oh, okay. I know what this means. I'm not gonna. Oh, you're not wearing any panties. Oh, well, what's going on here?
What a life you lead, Joe.
Joe went Super Mario mode, boy. He was like, "It's time for the pipes."
And the thing is,
Joseph.
I got an ample, not an ample warning, but I got I don't want you to do that. I always at the back of my mind, why don't you want me to have sex with a friend? Anyway, and so I did.
I love that. So I did.
Yeah, she said, "Don't have sex with my friend," so I immediately had sex with her friend.
I can't promise that, I'm afraid.
And do you know? So it's kind of loud, and she must have heard something. Anyway, she got upset with me. It was that the type of sex you were talking about. That was the sex I was doing to her.
Like you're fucking face to face.
Yes, yeah. And
the beast with 2 backs.
And at first we were trying to be quiet, but it just whatever. And
Bruno Mars made a song about that. You know, it's called Gorillas. You and me making love like gorillas. Just 2 gorillas fucking. Yeah. Just straight. No, not giving up. You've seen gorillas in the zoo give 0 fucks.
Oh yeah.
They give 0 fucks. They just bang, and they don't care who's watching. They just like, and it's always funny because your gorilla fucks is just his ass twerking. I know you shouldn't laugh at that because it's nature, but it's also really funny. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go on.
So after that, my friend found out, and she said, "How could you do that?" She stopped talking to me for a while, and then just after COVID, she said, "Hey, what are you up to?" I said, "I haven't heard from you in ages. Were you talking again?" I said, "Yeah, I just wasn't." She didn't want to talk to me, and then she came over to mine, and this is after my mum died, and she came over to mine, and I got the sense that she was hitting on me, but I thought this seems like a trap, and then she kind of almost did the same thing, but I didn't have sex with her, and
I know exactly what's going to happen.
No, it's. I don't know if it's because her friend's kind of a motor mouth, and I don't know if it's because of what she heard or what she said.
Yeah.
That's referral dick.
Yeah, 100%.
You hyped that first one.
You didn't even fuck her.
So...
You know what I call that sex? It's called uterus fucking.
Right? You rearranged organs, you changed where their location is normally, and then it doesn't matter.
I think the technical term is you got up in them guts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah.
Sir, what you did when you were done, it wasn't that the friend heard it. Look, everybody could have heard it. It doesn't matter. But the fact was, when it was done, there was a conversation.
She was pissed off, but then she was
pissed off.
But was he good?
Yeah. There was a conversation between them two friends,
yeah.
And it was like, so what was it like? And that friend was like, damn. You know,
I don't know if that's what went down.
That's what went down. Because the second, when you said after a couple years or whatever, the conversation probably might not even have went down straight away. Now, I don't know these two people, so I could be very wrong. But I'll say the first friend knew the other friend was going to come for you.
Yeah.
And she was like, I want him. Don't
Maybe
do
they didn't even talk for a few years, and then afterwards,
that's what
they
was.
rekindled, and they were like, "Do you remember that time you fucked her?" And she's like,
"Yeah." Exactly.
What does that mean? And then she tells you, and she goes, "No, Jesus, look at it. He fucking slings dick like an expert.
Yeah,
like fucking
Dexter St. Jock.
Dexter St. Jock.
Dexter St. Jock. You walk up swinging his dick.
Out here slinging dick.
You was there putting in the drill team, right? You gave it.
I mean, you can back this up, right? Because we're here sitting giving you props.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know why.
Right. You know, I don't want you to be like later on and like in a few years lying to like, no, sorry, I like cock.
Yeah, no. You know what it was? You gave it out. Busta Rhymes, put your hands where my eyes can see that.
Break your neck.
You gave it a wood.
Well,
and she. When they had that conversation and it was like, oh yeah, oh why haven't we spoken in so long? Oh, because you fucked Joe. Oh yeah,
and like, yeah.
And it was like, oh yeah, and they had a conversation about it, and that conversation was like, yeah, COVID is done. I need to talk to this. I've
never even heard that phrase before until he said that, but referral dick, that's absolutely a thing. I have had sex with girls who have told who and I have fucked their friends, and then afterwards another one comes out the woodwork, and then she's like, "Hey, what's up? I heard you had sex with so and so. Are you down?" And I'm like, "Okay." And then he's like, "Referral dick." I'm like, that is exactly what that is.
Right. Okay.
I will have tales for you, gentlemen, over the course of these podcasts. Of things that happened where I used to work. Fuck, I can say it. I used to work at Topshop, Oxford Circus 214. Anyone who ever worked there will know what the fuck I'm talking about. And Christmas parties and the floors, literally, it was like Game of Death. It was like the towers going up, like Mortal Kombat towers. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna have some stories for you boys.
There's a place in Singapore like that. They call it the four. It's 4 floors. It's like almost like a shopping mall full of prostitutes. It's called the 4 floors of whores.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now.
I'm
gonna have some tales for you boys. I'm gonna have some tales for you.
Yeah. You guys are in for it because he's gonna tell you, Charles. I have fucked so many prostitutes as well. It's great.
That's a lot.
So many in Asia. Yeah, cool.
And that's where you wrap up.
That's where I know, but you didn't wrap up.
There's more to that story. But...
Tell me. Finish it. I don't care. Finish it. We want to know.
Yes, we do.
Well, okay. So, do you know when
English, motherfucker? Do you speak it?
Okay. There's not many women that I've been with that know how to fuck, but her friend, she was the. I don't know where she's come from, but she knew how to fuck. What?
Her friend. This is the first one you fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
I can tell you right now, I wasn't gonna get that from
the second
from my actual friend.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of
that makes it so much worse.
It's I put too much thought into it. At the moment you do that, you start yourself into a spiral. But she's not gonna fuck as good as her friend. And I know that. And,
Joe.
No. So I have.
What's that guy? He goes, "We must stay focused, brothers.
Yes,
we must stay focused.
We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused." No,
but
Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar.
Okay. Look, the reason I know this because I see the way her friend dances. You know she can fuck.
Are they dancers, dude?
Yeah, the way she moves.
Yeah. Let me guess. They're Eastern European, right?
No.
Oh.
She's Spanish.
Oh.
European.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Are they both Spanish?
No, the other one's Polish.
Don't fucking right. Okay, dude, they're Eastern European. No, Spanish. So one's Polish. So Eastern European.
He does. No, I was talking about the girl. So my actual friend is Polish, but the girl that I fucked was Spanish.
Spanish chicks though.
I've not been fucked like that in a very long time, and
they do the fucking.
Yes, they do, and I knew I wasn't going to get that from my friend.
Wow, you know what? All I'm gonna say, right, is I have personally never been in a position where I've known that the pussy I got from one person was so good that the next person to offer me pussy, I've been like, nah, you ain't got it like that.
Yeah, but I've
never had that. Joe, I envy you. I've never had that.
That's how. That's how. The thing is, right? I actually like this person, and so I thought, okay, look, if we fuck and our friendship ends, then I don't want it to go that way. So I'd rather not fuck and.
You know what, Joe? You are some fucking Drake motherfucker. Sometimes you women, dude. Yeah.
I didn't want to think of it that. Look, it's because her friend fucked so well that everything else that was before that.
You don't know that.
No, I do know that.
You should have auditioned.
No, I know it.
Nah,
I know.
I think I kind of understand where you're coming from.
I know.
You know it's not going to be that experience. It's not going to be the listen. You just want dick right now.
Yeah.
Give it to you, and then that's what you've had, and that's what you got, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
We don't need to pass each other in a hallway and look back. It's just like, I piped you.
Do you not have the Spanish girl's number? Can you not hit her?
Oh yeah, I still talk to her.
Do you still smashing?
No.
Why not?
Because them two live together now.
So? Are they in a relationship?
No, they're not in a relationship. But
I was gonna say that's hot.
Yeah. I thought because
So hold on, the Spanish chick is still single.
Yeah.
And she gives the best sex.
Yeah.
And you ain't trying to smash.
The thing is, she's crazy.
That's the best sex.
Point.
Yeah.
There's a direct. By the way, for the crazy ladies who don't believe this, there's a direct correlation that shows the crazier a chick is, the better the sex is.
Yeah.
And more often, if she's out of her fucking mind, then you know you're about to get good brain, you're about to get good puss. She's gonna let you do something. Every girl that I've ever had sex with who let me do some fucked up shit to her had some sort of mental problem.
I'm not crazy.
And I don't mean like Forrest Gump mental problem. although during the sex there was some Forrest Gump moaning, you know? The point is that they had some sort of mental problem where they had like, schizophrenia or some shit. And some other shit would come out during the sex.
Alright, motherfucker, let's get it on.
Where, like, dude, if she spits in your mouth, she's got issues. Yeah? She's never gonna be like someone you take to your mother.
Yeah.
And introduce to your family, and then you go back and you sock puppet her asshole. It's not gonna.
Okay, I'm going to tell you one thing about this girl that I know that has happened. So, my friend and her went to Ibiza.
Oh.
And things happened there with lots of. I think most of the club. This girl's crazy.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Yeah.
That's a hit and quit it kind of thing.
Yeah,
you didn't explain that. Now that you've explained it, I understand. You're like, Yeah, no. Those are women. Are the women? They're like they're the ones that Ricky Martin warned you about.
Are you talking about
La Vida Loca? Yeah, man. She'll make you take your clothes off and go dancing in the rain. Do you know what I mean? That's like Ricky Martin was telling us. That's why he's gay now. Because he's had enough of that crazy. So much so that he's like, I like cock, and that's
Yeah. So this girl is. You could settle down with this girl. Yeah, she'll
bear you strong children. Her bloodline is strong. They will survive the winter.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah, you can definitely settle down with her, but she's also on a spectrum. That
explain. When you say spectrum, are we talking like that show, The Good Doctor, where the
no,
autistic or?
Just
spectrum-y.
So put it this way, she's a part of Mensa. She's very smart, but she'll just get up and leave, and she'll leave for like months, and you'll not see her again.
Yeah, and fun that shit.
Yeah, and she'll where have you been for that?
Yeah, but that's also just Eastern European chicks too, man, because they grew up in that fucking cold, harsh climate. Like if they were born there, right, and then they come here, they have that whole like Iron Curtain history behind them.
Yeah.
And they don't play. Them chicks don't play. They love hard, they love long, but when they don't love, they're out. They're like, no, get the fuck out. I see some of these hot Polish, Eastern European chicks, out here with ugly motherfuckers. But they knew them from back home. They've known them for years. They're faithful as fuck. And so they stick by their man, which is great, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, if they don't like you, you'll know.
Yeah.
And they're fickle. They just get up and leave.
Yeah. It was very much like that. I wouldn't hear from her for months. And she'll text me, I was like, hey, yeah, we should go and do this. I haven't heard from you in months. Are you alright? And she's
like, I was just hunting boar in fucking made up a stand somewhere near Poland.
Sokovia.
Sokovia.
Anyway, that's a story that it was just that one thing of like, I was warned about this girl that she's probably gonna fuck you, so okay. And I always thought that was weird. The first thing she said to me, my friend's probably gonna hit on you. I'd rather you wouldn't.
The real question you need to ask yourself is, why does she care?
You know why she cares.
Oh wait, I know, but that's why I want him to ask. But you and I both know the answer. They know the answer, but he doesn't know the answer.
What are you, fucking retarded?
But the thing is, she was seeing someone at the time, so
that
means nothing. That means less than nothing.
Seeing somebody and dating somebody are two different things.
Sure.
Yeah, you could see somebody go out for a coffee. Yeah, I started seeing somebody, but is he like, he fucking hitting the ball in the back and calling Flood City?
Flood City. Why on earth would you want to call Flood City? Oh, this place is flooded 24/7.
Flood City, you fucking dude. Look, here's what you do, right? Check this out. You do is you put. I'm gonna put my microphone here, right? You put your hand just on top of where the pussy comes up and curves, the pelvic bone.
I know.
And then you put these two. These are the power fingers, right? And then you just kind of, and then you aim for the ball in the back, right? And then you just, it's kind of like you're starting a motor, you know? Fucking, like you just go do that until you hear.
Some women don't like that.
Huh?
Some women like.
But
you know what? I'm going too deep into this, but I did that once to. It was my ex, the person that wanted to marry me, and she hated that because it had never been done to her before. And
do you know what? The hatred came from the fact that it was like, if this doesn't work out, I gotta find someone who can do this, and that is gonna be a fucking.
Dude, I had sex with this one girl in college once, and I'd learned all these tricks, and I did it to her, and then literally I remember she's being like, afterwards, she was like, "I love you."
Oh right.
I love you. And I was like,
got this motherfucker now.
We know. As soon as you go, woo, I face in the pillow like this. I got this motherfucker now, man. And then you start talking to her. Whose pussy is this? Whose pussy is this? Oh, your pussy! Your pussy!
Yeah. Genuinely, dude. And I remember being like, okay.
I love you too.
No, I don't. I was like, listen, you don't mean that. You just got really good dick.
Yeah.
Right?
You came the hardest you ever came. You said, oh my god, I can't believe
no,
it.
dude, no. And that's kind of like the same shit about how guys, and I think it's best we wrap it up on this. It's like some guys spit a good game to girls.
Yeah.
Kind of like I did to that chick in Portsmouth.
Did you say Squid Game?
Right?
Spit.
We say a lot of shit to women to get laid.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because that's what we're trying to do.
Once we're done, our post-nut clarity is like, oh, we're done. Whereas it's different. It's almost the reverse for women, right? Yeah. They get that good dick. So it's hard to find someone who does it to you good. And you find good dick, and you'll just like Eddie Murphy. I'm really quoting Eddie Murphy, right? You'll fucking stick to that guy through thick and thin, right?
Yeah.
And like most girls will get fucked, and it comes so fucking hard, and then afterwards it's just like, oh yeah, because listen, like they'll put up with so much foolishness from guys because he fucking does it well. He fucks the uterus. He gets it. And even if he's got a small dick and can't get to the uterus, like, if he does everything he needs to do and accomplishes his goals, because there are some unfortunate fellows out there with micro penises and such and whatever, right? But they still get laid, right? Yeah. And how do they do that? They do that because they do it well. They're attentive lovers and they do their job well. There are some dudes out there who are really nice guys who give mailman dick.
Mailman dick. Okay.
Yeah, just real boring ass normal dick.
Yeah.
And they're like that guy's always just gonna be he's gonna be on the bench. He ain't out playing the game. Because the guy who's safe isn't the guy scoring goals. Anyway, we're gonna wrap that up just now. Because that's my food.
And that is game over, thanks.
Thank you very much. That's episode what? Episode 4 in the can. Yep. Love you loads. I've been L.
I'm Neil.
Jose.